this is good right brain practice. Left brain needs time to process information. The right brain is much more reactive. But to get to a point where you're doing things efficiently, you have to practice over and over and over again through these movements, and techniques, becomes embedded in the whole body. So in a sense, you forget the techniques. And as you practice, you'll also become much more aware of what's happening, and automatically appropriate techniques will emerge. So again, it's practice. Making techniques, movements, second nature. If you have it in you, you just do it. So you have to practice until you can let your right brain take over and just do it, where you don't have to process a thing. In that I point out that you can't stop to evaluate what you're doing. You can't be judgmental. If you get stuck, you can't say, oh shh. Because if you do that, your mind has stopped, you're open for an attack. Neither can you say, wow, that was terrific. So, in there I point out, that you have to throw out both success and failure. So one of my friends said, gee, I've always been told that, hang on to your successes and forget your failures. But I told her that, success and failure, are products of a dualistic mode of thinking. So, it's like heads and tails, on the same coin. So, you can't get rid of heads only because they're part of the same coin. In the same way, success and failure, are two sides, of the same coin, so to speak. So to get beyond them, or in Zen we call it transcending all duality. You have to get rid of the whole coin and develop your right brain functioning. Because to a certain extent, the right and left brain functions are antagonistic to each other. But we spend so much time developing our left brain that it dominates everything we do. We act more in terms of what we think certain things should be, or how certain things should happen, and not realize that what we're dealing with are symbols of reality when we deal with words and concepts, not reality itself. So maybe for the last thing, I'd like to point out, how these concepts develop. And we'll use something like unbendable arm. We can make this a contest. Go ahead. He's the winner, I'm the loser. That's the product of a dualistic way of looking at things. He's strong, I'm weak. Then if you start putting value to it, he's good, I'm no good. So in this way, you develop concepts as to who you are in relationship. Maybe, mainly who you are, and oftentimes you forget, the context within which this concept developed. So that, feeling weak, no good, loser, generalizes to all situations. It's not a little So you begin to act, in terms of, who you think you are. This concept that you have of yourself. So that really limits you. It also blinds you to, because once a concept is formed, you tend to look at the world through these concepts. And generally, you tend to pick up things that confirm what you already believe. And either ignore or deny, any information that goes counter to what you think is true. The other part of training, has to do with developing more side of your mind that deals here and now, experience, and it's not bounded by these conceptual boxes that we develop. So, you have this. So what is it? You don't have to define it, right? Just experience it. And so, if you're entirely in the conceptual world, you can't really find this kind of reality. So I don't have to think of myself in terms of strong, good or bad, win or lose. I just have to develop myself, my center, develop my awareness, seeing the world through fresh eyes each time, which is very difficult to do. But this is, thank you. But this is, what Aikido training and Zen training has meant. Initially, I joined more for social reasons because my friends were taking it. But then it became, more discipline and self-development and spiritual development. I feel like I've grown a great deal. Aikido has contributed much to it. The other thing I want to say is that there's nothing wrong with your left brain. It's also very valuable, but it's only part of your potential. And generally, Western education focuses on developing the left brain, logical, the rational. So when there's some budgetary crisis, it's the arts and physical education, and the more right brain kind of things that get eliminated. So thank God for Aikido.